Hey everyone, D-Dub Squizzy here. Welcome back to Civ 3 World War II. So, I've learned something interesting from a particular comment. Apparently you can try to hurry things just by clicking a button. Or you could just do that. Or contact the governor that way. I should really familiarize myself with the UI of the game I've been playing for, the better part of a decade. Alright, we're gonna beat this guy down. I don't know if we'll get him on the retreat. We'll figure something out. The Stug's gonna stay here for now. There we go. And the rest of these are moving. We'll have a second Stug remain. And we'll put one here. Now I think this is mostly Panzer Grenadiers. Yeah, that's good. I should be able to get most of my army in there too. Might as well cover up that. German infantry, Panzer Grenadiers. I think they can all make it without a problem. Cool. We'll draw them up. We'll take these two. So I think I've now sort of learned. Here, I'll put a few in the air. Were the rest in the air? Oh my word. I didn't realize that. I thought most of them were not. Yeah, that's probably enough for now. Okay, we got no more room here. Yeah, this is probably pretty much full up on planes. Yeah. Although, you know what I can do, honestly? Is if I just do this. Yes, do it. I'm going to build an airfield here, and I'm just going to bring in all my other planes. There we go. Okay, the 87Bs. Let's see. Boy, that's a lot of stuff. I could stack them all here. No, you know what? For now, I'm going to put them here. But all my 88s, just all of them, I'm dropping on there. I'll just be sure to put a few more Stugs there. I'd put down some 87Bs too, why not? There we go. And now this should be a stack whose bottom I cannot see, because that's a lot of 88s. That's like 400 probably right here. Wow, I can. No, only 200. There are quite a few in both of these cities. And I'll just try to put down airfields like that every so often with some captured workers. It should be pretty easy. This one's on a mountain, so it took 2, but most of the rest of this won't be. And that way I can keep on moving without having to worry about this stupid city limit thing. You guys are staying here, just in case. Oh, that's mine. I'm just waiting for an American convoy to come for us. Because one will eventually. It has to, right? There we go. New Falk Wolves. Yeah, go here, actually. And now we're going to go up the chain. Bring in all of our others. You guys. How far can you go? You make it? Nah. And fly in here. I think we got a new carrier. Yes, we did. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring them in. You guys are good. And then Ponta Delgada, probably. Yep. The Ponta Delgada one will pay off eventually, I'm almost sure of it. That's weird. This must be new. I was like, didn't I already have these guys going somewhere? I guess not. Unless I'm doing this wrong and something keeps breaking the queue system, which is a possibility. There's Japanese ships over here. Oh, that's mine. That is not Japanese. Right, we really got to deal with this American bomber problem. And I think I'm going to need to take a closer look over there. I was thinking about how best to deal with this. And I've got some ideas. How far can they go? Not far enough. Now I have the problem of too many fighters independently moving. It's an okay problem to have. Okay. So first, I got a decent number of Falkwolves here. That's a crazy sound. Holy smokes. I'll get to you guys in a minute. Actually, I'm using the 7s for now. We're doing it again, because I don't want to get shot down on the second try. That's why. Okay. Normally I don't see that happen repeatedly. Although we will give it one more shot. We'll try a Messerschmitt this time. I know they don't have that many of the longer range Spitfires. I'm assuming those are Spitfires. They're definitely not Hurricanes. That wouldn't make much sense anyway, because Hurricanes have a shorter range? Same range as Spitfires? It's not that different. Okay, and then we'll have a Dornier. Go ahead and light up this area. And I need to draw out and kill whatever America's got. Which, actually, before I check, let me see what Prudhoe's dealing, what we're working with here. Did they change it? Nope. That was it. Cool. Alright, so now that that's managed, they don't have many places they can go. In fact, yeah, all I have to do is kill these guys, and they can't get in there. So I have a bit of a plan. Oh yeah, I should fix that first. Go ahead, turn off our battles, because we're going to be doing a lot of bombing. My 87Bs... Right, these are the old ones, or the new ones that have been moved in. I would love to use you guys, I really would. Right now, though, it's just not going to happen, so you're going to have to sit tight. I could get them into Anchorage, but I just want the stack control, and it's not going to be that big a deal. Right now, we just need to deal with this stack here. This is the big one. Bunch of Valentines, bunch of Matildas, and I'm pretty sure I've got enough 88s to bring them down. Because, yeah, we can't hit that. And we're not going to advance on Whitehorse, not yet. So I'm going to be a little more proactive about taking that American city. And eliminating the last of their reinforcements. I want Prudhoe because I want to take away America's last airbase up here. Right, they used to have 3, now they're down to 1. But it's continuing to be a nightmare for us, and just blowing up the planes alone isn't good enough for me. Especially not now that they're bombing my ships. So, what I'm gonna do... How close are we here? Okay. We only have a couple more fully healthy ones. Once we get through that initial stack of health, they seem to go down pretty quickly normally. But I mean, I had enough fighters, or bombers, to do some real work against those massive American stacks that came in. Not enough to get through the entire thing, but, I mean, there were hundreds of units, and we at least injured all of the reasonably defensive ones. Like, obviously they're weaker tanks. We couldn't do much about that, but those are special case. Really regretting blowing up that forest road. I did blow up a forest road, right? I'm pretty sure I did. Would be super handy right now. One more turn and we'd have a established connection instead I'm going to have to wait an extra 2. It's still worth it for the victory. It's just inconvenient. And once we eliminate this stack, I think that's like a third of Britain's troops in the area. We'll just have to bring down a couple more like it. I'm going to try to kill that tank before it gets away too. I'm not crazy about the idea of attacking Prudhoe Bay without the proper units, but it's looking like I might have to. Now those M2A2s up there, these ones, those are still in range of the bombers of my 87Bs. So if I have some leftovers from this stack, which I don't know if I have enough for that, but if I do, we're going to try and kill them. And then I'm hoping to sort of force America into getting closer to my cities by killing the 2 cavalry that are right there and blocking off the mountain road. This one, which means their only escape will be here. And they'll go for it, I'm thinking. This guy will probably surge right there, and so will he, although they might go there to block off my furs anyway. Not that it would matter, but it's how the computer seems to think. That Wolverine went through a lot of trouble just to go stop me from having access to oil. But probably because they know I don't have an import. But, you know, who needs an import? I don't know, but I need to close in on Prudhoe, because I can't just let them have that up there, being a constant thorn in my side. I don't have that many infantry, so it's kind of risky to commit my forces to it. Also, is that Canada? No, that's just a 1943. I was hoping it was a Canada infantry. Well, now that my 87Bs are here, I don't have to worry too much about keeping my Panzer Grenadiers safe. They're a lot more capable of holding their own now. And they're decent attacking units. No, they're like a Panzer II on that front. Better than my infantry, though. Okay, that's that whole stack. Let's just go ahead and slap this one infantry around. Oh my word. This guy's giving us no end of trouble. We've missed like 3 times now. There we go. And now you... I can't have healthy Wolverines sitting here. It just wouldn't look good for me. Wow, those things are annoying. I am probably going to blow that up. I'm not crazy about the idea, but I don't have enough guys or the actual powerful units to devote to taking out the defender and capturing it. Nor am I going to be in that area. I plan to come from the other direction. I'd be here eventually. But I'm probably just going to blow that thing up, because it's much easier. There are only 2 Matildas here? No, they got a bunch of Matildas. Looks like a couple are pre-injured, though. I'm not sure what that's about. Alright. I should really put my fighters into the air if they're healthy. I'd like to use them to extra bomb that stack, but it's not a very good use. Not when the enemies are still bombing us sometimes. Gonna be tough to kill those things. Yeah, we're getting shot down. They have a couple of AA units up there. Plus, those super fortresses are really difficult to kill. Okay, I think I have enough fighters in the air. Burton's not gonna break through easily. I'll keep putting up my Falk Wolves. You can tell that these bombers have not had a chance to rest since we initially invaded Russia, because they're still injured. And it was Russian fighters that injured them. And bombers, actually, because we took bombs from those guys a couple of times. Cool. Knocked him down from a metro. There are Crusaders and Cruisers in there. They have a high enough attack to be a potential problem. Okay, we killed something. We've almost got them down to a town instead of a city. We killed another thing. I just think we did again. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we're looking at. One injured plane. And a convoy, if I feel like destroying that. Okay, so one more hit. That's it. They're out of planes. Okay. And now we can target this stack so I can help bring down whatever's left of it. Get through those Matildas. That's what we're looking for. Don't like cruisers and don't like crusaders that are still healthy. And these things are on a mountain, so they're really difficult to dislodge. Those are 1943, so they can shoot us down. We still haven't touched their cruisers. We're going to have to get them much lower if we want to. There they are. Oh, I wanted to keep him. What is that? Oh, that's a militia. There's a lot of bombers. There we go. Okay, that's the entire stack reduced. I didn't think we had enough to do that. Alright, well, next target in there is that convoy. Let's blow it up, because I don't like them having it. That's it. They're out of their extra units. Man, they're shooting us down a lot. The other nice thing about this city versus Anchorage is this one is on a tundra. You know, not mountains or hills. Makes it much easier to shoot. Much easier to attack. Hi there. That's one of your guys that escaped, isn't it? Stinking Stewarts. Alright, well, we have completely wiped out any sort of production capability or drafting potential from the city. It looks like they were probably filling it with tanks so that they could send them out to attack. You're gonna stay here for now. You too. Alright, well, since there are no more bombers... Right, we may as well start moving. The sooner we can get there, the better. Oh, is this all my new guys? I forgot about them. Yeah, my convoy just arrived and dropped off some helpers. Love those guys. Okay, well, these guys are not doing anything new. There we go. Can't work with that one. Alright, well, all the actual workable spots are good then. This 10, these are 10. Oh right, yeah. Here. Since we're gonna have to do that anyway, let's just start it now. Well, that isn't good. There's no road here. So where is there a road? A couple of these are hurt. Well, I kind of have enough to play around. Okay, so there is a road here. I need to know how far out that goes, but I can't yet. Okay, for the moment, these guys are gonna go there. Yeah, he'll go with them. Nice. Let me, hold on. Animate our moves. Okay, so pretty much the same as what we see before. Oh, I already have one over here. I assume these are the same as our normal panzers. Yeah. A little faster, a little sped up. Let me see what a panther looks like. Man, 10 hit points by default. That's so huge. That's a little different. The Panthers are a scary tank in reality. Their sloped armor was very difficult to penetrate. Not difficult enough. Some of our American tanks went right through them. But it definitely made them a threat. A bigger threat than they otherwise would have been. Let's see. Is that extra money? 2 gold. Okay, that's just standard desert stuff. So then I can improve any old desert. It doesn't have to be anything special. I can never tell if, like, a river on this hill counts as an actual river, although it doesn't appear to, because... Well, I mean, the gold here says 0, there it says 1. But then, the gold here is the same as any other roaded desert, so I don't know where the boundaries are. The game's never been good at making that clear. So we have now established aerial dominance concerning bombers in Alaska. I think we've shot down pretty much all of the British ones, at least any of the real threatening ones. All they can now, you know, try to bomb is our very protected city of Anchorage, which they might have a few Blackburns left, but I shot down quite a few of them. And their Lancaster. As far as I know, they only had one of those. So we've pretty much taken away their options. We just have to break through their fighters, which is a whole other matter, because they've got a lot of fighters. Once I do that, I'm assuming that's almost all of the British fighters. And of course, White Horse will give us such a territory advantage. We'll be able to keep anyone from ever threatening us up there again. Unless they come at us with a big old fleet like I did to them. Even so, though, that wouldn't have worked if I hadn't coordinated it properly and they hadn't responded to it so stupidly. They had several pretty big chances to catch and stop me, and they didn't. What do we have here? 3 convoys, pilot transports, everyone. All of you can fit. Yeah. Okay, these first. I need more panzers over there. Yeah, drop off more infantry, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, that doesn't work. Anchorage. Because I can't remember. No, we need an airport here. Hurry this sucker. I probably should send them to other places, because now they're all just going to pile up and not do anything. Right, because only one can move at a time. Whatever. How far can you move? Not very. Actually, can you fit? Yes, they can. I'll take that one. Alright, well that's the entire stack. Oh. Well, I guess that needs someone. You know what? I got a bunch of Deutschlands. They're safe enough. Bring in the Gneisenau's. We're gonna upgrade them. And they'll just go next turn. Yeah, it's gonna be worth 70-58. Basically turns them into a C2. Marginally less powerful, but significantly faster. Yeah, wake you up. Do I have any other Gneisenau's en route? Probably not. Doesn't look like it. And I don't think I have any others chilling over there. I've got these guys. They can upgrade next time they get there. None there. Any here? No, those are Deutschlands. But I got Bismarcks coming in too. And no Gneisenau's here. I think I have some in this fleet. Not with you. Here. Yeah. The Gneisenau. Right. And then another one of them. None up here. Let's see. Any in here? One. And then a Hindenburg. It's all Bismarck and Hindenburgs. What about here? A Deutschland. One Gneisenau. And the Scharnhorst. What? Oh, they take resources. Okay, so we'll wake them both up. They won't be elite anymore, which is sad. There we go. What is that? There is an Gneisenau here. You upgrade. And then do I have one here? Got you. Bunch of Bismarcks. No, that's the only one. They do only have 10 hit points, so their hit point numbers don't actually change at all, which is strange and somewhat sad. Okay, this stack. Right, those are to protect the Stug. I don't think anyone's harming that one. I've got all sorts of defensive units in a lot of these places. Okay. I could send out some more Falkwolves. That's probably enough, though. Okay, I'm taking the Messerschmitts. There's a couple Falkwolves that are already, like, permanently here, but any others I'm going to grab. Yeah, they're going to be okay for now. I'm okay with those Falkwolves staying just in case someone pulls something. I'd like to have some fighters near there. Now. Unfortunately, there's no way to just wake up the units I want. I'm going to use you. Hit that. And then hit that. There we go. That's just a couple of their side units down, and one more that's not getting back to heal. Now let's see. What I'm going to do is just start moving them out unit by unit like I've done before in other locations. The wounded ones will stay behind to heal. I'm sending him. I probably shouldn't, but I don't have that many tanks, and any of them are going to be important. Okay, that's good enough on them. That's pretty much everything. So, I've got 2 Panzer Grenadiers. Yeah, we're going to keep them both here. Well, should I, though? Here, we'll keep just a couple infantry also. So here's what I'm thinking. Send in the 3E. So kill one of you. Because this isn't 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's more than enough. Send in you. Kill that. Kill that. And there we go. Now the rest of this should all be able to pour in. Right. Yep. Okay. And now we're on the move. So these guys are just going to surge towards Prudhoe Bay as fast as they can. The Panzer Grenadier should keep them feeling pretty safe. These things, I'm hoping, are going to try to get to here as fast as possible, which now that this road is blocked, which was their only other real way to get there, they're either going to go here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, just outside of my range, or they're going to go here. And I don't know which. I don't see them going down, or here, even though they can, or up here. But they might do that to heal. They might think it's faster to just go here and start recovering, which if so, that's not a bad move, so I can't get mad at them. If they do that, I'm just going to leave them alone until it's more appropriate for me, unless I have spare bombers and might as well hit them, because none of these things have any AA on them. Rate of fire of 3. I'm assuming that's a bombard just for when you attack, which I think only ever does 1 damage at most. I don't know what that rate of fire 3 means. Alright, next turn. I'm hoping we kill them on the retreat. And then that's it for most of Britain's troops that we've seen so far. Now we're going to surge. I'm going to take a look at both of these cities. Investigate the cities of this. Yeah. Okay, there's the road. I can see it. Not quite as many fighters as some of the others, but quite a few. Quite a few. And then Veracruz was the other one. Aha! There's our target. Yeah, they got uranium, so they do have access to it. That is a real thing. I'm never sure, but it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we'll have to try and draw them out. Now that I know this road is here, this isn't as important, although I might use them to kill that. Right, just come rolling down the hill, have them attack with the 3G, and if that one fails, follow it up with the 3H. Actually, I have 4 F2s. I could just use those. We'll try to kill that, take it out immediately. These guys will go here. And then the following turn, we could, like... Actually, they shouldn't have moved here at all. This was just a bad move on my part. Like, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm trying to count up. Give me just a minute here. Sorry. 1, 2, 3. That's 3 turns to get there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is now faster to just continue on this route. But that was kind of dumb of me. This stack might take that first, but I doubt it. Because I'm assuming this thing is pretty heavily fortified. So, what this stack might do is just meet up with them right here in the forest, so that they all move together. This is probably going to be the last one we have to trudge through the jungles to get. Mexico City, if I take Veracruz and I just get that road, or this, I could just go here, and then take it. And then we have access. Right, I can start moving much faster. That one might take a little bit of time, actually. We'll see. We'll see once we get there, of course. Really excited. We take Monterrey, and then we're done with Mexico and Central America, except for, you know, Baja, which I still have to take. But once we have those, then we're in the U.S. We're going to start hitting Texas. Actually, Monterrey might be a part of Texas. I'm not sure. I don't know. Let's go animate our battles. I need to clean up that. Okay. And let's go to next turn. Finally! One of my Falkwolves does something. They have perpetually been using my Messerschmitts for that, for some reason. No idea where we're being bombed from, either. And of course, my fighters aren't in the air yet. That's the real target. That's the real thing that America needs to be worried about and using their bombers on. No, not these guys. These guys are unimportant. Target the Italians. Hi! I just need the Americans to send in a tank that stops on that valley and blocks off the mountain road. That way Britain wastes like 1 billion turns going all the way around. Are we still doing this? Like, do they think this is ever gonna work? You're like slowly marching your men through the forests and tundra of all of Britain. Or Canada. And they think this is a good call. These are Lee grants, right? Those might be Shermans. I think that's a Sherman. No, that is a Lee grant, yeah. They're not even getting their good tanks out here. Also, I'm going to be really angry if I start taking out American troops and Japan lands on the west coast and starts taking several Californian cities, or Washington and Oregon cities. If they take Baja, I would see that as completely fair, as far as anything on the New World that they really want to take, but I want the continental United States. I want to be the one that takes every city from it. And if they show up and grab one, I'm going to be deeply peeved. I'm probably going to focus on the west coast when I get in there, more so than anything else, but let's be real. I have enough troops in planes that I'm probably just going to spread out like a spider web and catch everything I can. It's a new Wolverine just for grins and giggles. Well, as fun as all these new troops are, I'm noticing a distinct lack of infantry, which is what they need to keep their AA numbers up. So it's all, you know, ultimately quite fruitless. Stack of 4 of those things. I don't know why, but I find that kind of funny. It's so nice not being afraid of seeing these show up. There was quite a while there where every single time America moved anything, it felt like the end of the world. Having control of the area is just, it's so very satisfying and relaxing. It's too bad I don't have HQs up here. That'd make taking Whitehorse much easier. Just have to get in range and bombard. Those are a long distance off, though. Other side of the country. Sorry, continent. They will make taking Campeche? I don't know how you say that name. But they'll make taking that city a whole lot easier. They'll just bombard the Wolverines down, hopefully. Or Jacksons, or whatever they have there. I don't think Port Prudhoe, or Prudhoe Bay, can build Jacksons. Because they don't have access to the resource chain. I took their road away. So they can't pump one of those out, or even Wolverines, or anything else. Just suddenly, right when they need it. That was a lot of tanks. Yes, now I know where the rest of Americas were. I've been wondering where they are. I just don't know why they're coming up here and not going south. There's no way this was that much closer than Central America. And the much more immediate threat is down there. I am okay with this, though. Once I take Whitehorse, things like this, I expect, will keep me from advancing too quickly. Right, there's like one road through the mountains, and it's going to be just permanently clogged by British and American troops. So I figure, as long as they have troops, we're just going to hold the line up here and destroy whatever comes up. And as long as they keep showing up, we keep killing stuff, but up here is, I didn't intend this to be a major conquest area. We're just here to kill stuff and distract the enemy. We just happen to have some good success. Plus, it makes it more convenient. I don't have to fight my way all the way up to Alaska. Once my fleet gets ready down in the bay, or the Gulf of Mexico, America now, actually. Mexico at the time, though. Once my fleet gets ready down there, though, and I take San Juan and Havana, then America will lose its last base, pretty much, apart from the main continent. Because they've already lost Dutch Harbor. I'm taking Alaska. I guess they do still have Hawaii. I'll need to take that, me or Japan. Once they lose the rest of their islands, though, then it's just America. Just their main country. The greater 48 states. I feel like that's not the right term. What am I thinking of? Is it the greater 48? Is that what people call it? Leaving out Hawaii and Alaska? I can't remember. There is a term, and it's something like that, but I feel like greater's the wrong adjective. Oh my word, they just keep coming. This reminds me of when I played Britain, and America did this to me. Except, you know, they weren't attacking, they were just clogging up roads and taking 30 minutes. That's the sort of thing I want to just leave and go get a meal real quick. Eat that, watch 3 episodes of my favorite show, and let them do whatever they're going to do. Feels like it's never going to end. Remind me not to observe what's going on out here anymore. I'd rather be pleasantly surprised when they all show up at once. See, it won't be so bad once I own the area, because they'll only move 1 square at a time, so they'll all show up, and they'll all move together. Man, this is a lot. I'm assuming then... Okay, I think now I know why they haven't been here up until now. Britain's been blocking the roads, and it was slowing them down so much. Which means now that these guys are here, I think we can expect no huge numbers of British reinforcements to stop. Unless there's another road or something that goes around. There's a 2-lane road at some point. And then they could be using that. How much worse do you think this would be had America not sent like 300 of their infantry down into the Amazon to attack me? If they had just upgraded them all and kept them, they would have been able to cause so much more trouble for me. Or heck, if they had used any of their tanks in Central America at all. I've almost taken the entire thing from them. And I have seen close to no tank-based resistance. There were like a couple Lee Grants in Panama, and then some Wolverines and Jacksons here and there. And that's it. Everything else came up north. They've got to run out at some point, right? Is this all 700 of their remaining divisions? Just skip ahead. If you're watching this on the video, I'm just going to get to a point where I just can't give any... the commentary I'm giving now doesn't even count as commentary, let's be real. It's going to get to a point where I can't give anything at all, because it's just the same thing happening over and over again. So depending on how much longer this goes on, I say just skip ahead. I would love to just turn off the animations for my enemies, but I sort of need to know what they're doing. It's going to be a real problem once they all get off of that road, because they're all just going to land on the same forest and move as one enormous stack straight towards us. I'm going to need a lot of bombers. Oh, are we done with the stacks? Nope. Yeah, right back to it. Well, it does look like they're making the smart move, right? They're jumping out of the forest. Out of range my 87Bs. But I guess if Britain does anything else in this current turn, I'd have I'd have an opportunity now to sort of get at Whitehorse, or any troops that come out of Whitehorse, before they can leave. I don't have to split my 87Bs. And then I'm thinking the following turn, they'll probably move another step closer. Of course, they might not. They might just, you know, stay out of range because they know there's 87Bs there. The computers never seem to take any particular caution, though, on that front. They don't seem to really avoid my 87Bs because they never... I don't know. They're bad when it comes to taking planes into account. The only thing they ever worry about is if there's fighter cover, and then they bomb where there isn't. I think they're just going up there because it's their territory. And it's a forest. You know, it's farther away from what I have and closer to what they have. It won't matter. I'm planning to get them before... Well, actually... If they can reach one of their own roads. Are they still in my territory or theirs? If they're still in mine, then we're fine for the moment. If they're in their own, I'm going to have to blow up a road somewhere to keep them from getting into Prudhoe Bay. If I do that, there's no telling what they'll do. They'll actually, I know exactly what they'll do. They'll park outside of Prudhoe Bay, outside the mountain range, and try to heal up. So what are we looking at now? 400? 400 divisions of guys that have come pouring up here? I know they have a lot, but this is ridiculous. They're all in one place, too. It almost makes me want to just pack up and leave. Because I'm not looking forward to the prospect of having to chew through this entire enormous pile. Yeah, that's still in my territory. Okay. So I might need to send up an infantry or something to block off that one hill that leads to their other mountains, if they get there. I don't want them taking advantage of the roads when I'm not thinking about it, and surging into Prudhoe Bay before I can get there. It's not going to be a problem. They won't keep me out, right? They're just a bunch of M2A2s, but that's like 8 or more units that I then have to hit and kill. You know, I was happy earlier when I thought there weren't going to be that many AA guys in this group. And now I'm not so happy again. Also, even if America completely cleared the road by the time their turn was over and Britain could move through again clearly, those two guys right there, those two stewards that are just on that forest in the middle of nowhere, they're going to move down onto that road. Either south or southwest. Either way, they're going to block off the road. And the moment they do, Britain won't be able to go anywhere. Unless they're somehow able to... Actually, yeah, they might just move west onto that one road. But if they both have 3 movement, I don't know if it only takes 2 to jump onto the hill. And if it does, they'll take the extra step and go onto the other hill. I don't know. Either way, I don't see them leaving it open for Britain, even if they got everyone through. Everyone else through. This is going to be an hour-and-a-half long episode, and it's almost all going to be America moving their troops. Just thank goodness that the Brits put that radar tower where they did. If they put it anywhere else, and then left that road through the mountains, this would be so much worse for me. Because America would just be pouring across that pass and landing straight outside. All of these guys would arrive outside Anchorage at once. And they might not take it. You know, they didn't... They had almost... Not quite this many, but a lot of guys, like an insane amount of guys that came out of Prudhoe Bay and Anchorage in the first place that tried to dislodge us from that airbase, and they didn't play their cards so well, and we ended up holding that there anyway. And this time I'd have the advantage of aerial superiority. So maybe they wouldn't make a difference anyway, but this seems like more than what they had previously, and I wouldn't be able to use all of my 88s right off the bat. I've only got some of them that could even hit the guys. Oh. Hey, someone down in Mexico. A few things are leaving. Hey, that's better for me, though, if they get out of Prudhoe Bay. Are they done? Did they actually finish? Holy smokes, they're done! And Britain's not bombing anything. Yeah, block their road. Don't let them keep using it. Alright, well, they're going somewhere. Something else is apparently more important than their survival. It's perfect for me. Okay, well, the guys leaving Prudhoe Bay is pretty ideal. I can just now block off that mountain road and blow up the other one. And then they have nowhere to go. Most of them are still going to be in range of my 87Bs. And I think I have enough to stomp the British stack, because there's not that many guys there. And then hit them with what's left. Hi, are those militia? I think those are British militia. What are those going to do? Where are you going? Wow, I can't believe it's over. That was like 40 minutes of nonsense. I spent most of it on my phone. I'm assuming if anyone stuck around for the whole thing, you did too. That's just, that is still the funniest thing to me. Just, Italy has turned their air force into an amusement park, basically. Okay, I'm probably not going to have much commentary once I'm done here, because I just want to end the video, because that was so long. And so pointless. Nothing happened. Oh, I'm getting new SS, I'm getting new paratroopers. My airport's going to be done over in Anchorage, and then I'm going to immediately sprint over and throw down a barracks and rush that too, because I'm tired of not having my guys heal fast. A lot of people are very happy with something. Alright, new cathedral. Offshore platform. Probably should put some airports out there, but it doesn't matter anymore. Now that America's bombers are gone, we're pretty safe. You have... get a mass transit system. Wow, we ended a, that high of a resistance immediately. I will take it. Here, just do that as fast as possible. More pollution down there. My word. Paris just cannot catch a break. I forgot how many Spanish cities I turned into work camps. Yeah, getting offshore. Oh, is this place good to go? Let's see. What kind of production value are you looking at? That's pretty big. Show me an SS Panzer. How long will that take? 5 turns? Do it. That's a pretty long wait. But it's not too long for it to be worth it. Okay, this one definitely not. I don't even think it can build a Panther. Yeah, no. 4 H's, do that. Lots of disease. Lots of people dying. Dang it, there was another pollution up there that appeared last turn that I completely forgot about till now. I always seem to miss one. That's the problem with owning the entire world. It's very easy to forget one little thing somewhere down the line. Okay. I'm not even going to start my commentary or anything. I'm just going to be done with this for now. This has been going on for ages. And so I'm going to, I'm going to leave it alone. I actually will say I'm going to hold on to these HQs because that thing is probably going to move in closer, I can only assume. And I'm not going to be able to bomb it because there's too many fighters in here. I don't want to have to break through them. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I can't even do anything about them right now. I'm just going to wait until I can get in close enough to actually take that city. And then once I do, we'll have aerial superiority down here. Yeah, I'm just going to end this now. If you haven't yet, please check the link in the description for my book. If you like the look of it, give it a read. And if you like to read, give it a positive review. Otherwise, thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one.